Today we've got your first look at one of 2010's biggest games, Halo Reach. You don't want to miss the epic new trailer.
Plus, we review Call of Duty Classic and PixelJunk Shooter for the PlayStation 3. X-Play starts right now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. I am Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler, and today we attempt something very dangerous.
Yes, we are going to answer your emails.
But not the ones about Juggalos or Fago.
No. Also on today's show, your first look at one of 2010's biggest games. Prepare to have your world rocked by the new trailer for Halo Reach.
Plus, it's time to go back to World War II. We're going to review Call of Duty Classic, a digital download port of the shooter that started the blockbuster series.
Then we are going to review PixelJunk Shooter for the PlayStation Network. Unfortunately, this underground adventure has nothing to do with Morlock.
Oh.
I know.
And it's time to know your roots. We'll show you 2 classic Star Wars games that you should play instead of obsessing over old Republic rumors.
Yeah, but first, I think we should go for a little nostalgia.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
If you were trying to come lately to the Call of Duty series, you might forget that the franchise's bread and butter was World War II.
Yeah, the original Call of Duty, huge hit, and was recently re-released as a digital download.
But does it still hold up? Find out in our review. We all remember when Call of Duty first appeared.
Take cover!
Reviewers loved it and it won multiple awards. Players couldn't get enough of the innovative World War II action. It's become a leading franchise with plenty of spin-offs.
Company, listen up. This is the big one.
Now it's available for download on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network. If you got the Hardened or Prestige editions of Modern Warfare 2, you receive tokens to download the game before official release.
Got that, Sergeant? Oh, yes, sir, you bet.
All the classic elements are still here. Most importantly, the overall cinematic experience. It's great to revisit the roots of this successful series.
For those of you who've seen your first action, welcome to the big time.
As for the gameplay, the downloaded version features HD graphics, but is mostly faithful to the original. In other words, it looks like 2003 graphics, which now feel surprisingly primitive. One other small problem, the multiplayer only has room for 8 people. Still, players will love re-experiencing one of the best first-person shooters of yesteryear.
For those of you who've seen it before, trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Call of Duty Classic gets 3 explosions out of 5.
Halo Reach is set to launch next fall, and I suspect a few people might be excited about this. And if for some reason you're not, I bet this first look at the game's new trailer might just do the trick.
Commander.
Didn't think anyone survived Benghazi, sir.
Spartans never died, George. They're just missing in action.
I read your file, Lieutenant. Even the parts Oni didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set, but you can leave that lone wolf stuff behind.
This our new number 6?
Affirmative.
You picked a hell of a day to join up.
Noble team is airborne and prepped for combat insertion.
All right, everybody loves achievements, and their influence is spreading. Did you know that 1 vs. 100 added them recently? Now you do. If you're like me and you can't get the group hug points because everyone is so stupid, why not turn off the Xbox and try for these real-life achievements?
Avatar is going to be a great movie, and here's why. Number one, giant blue aliens. Never going to see that again. Number two, they're looking for something called unobtainium. That's an amazing sci-fi name. You don't come up with stuff like that without really being into it. And, oh, what about this? Michelle Rodriguez is in it. I see everything she does. This is a role of a lifetime for her. I'm not going to miss this. You John Solon?
Yeah, why?
Nice. Got it.
After work? Yeah, I'll go. For sure. How much is it gonna cost? Dude, I wanna go to the game. Hell yeah.
Dude, are you gonna order or what? What's going on?
Shh, I'm on the phone, man. God. Anyways, bro, what are we doing this weekend?
Hey. Thanks.
Dude, they're on fire. I mean, the Saints score 40 points by accident.
Unstoppable. Drew Brees, it's an amazing
Hey,
team.
Morgan. What's up?
Oh!
Ah! God! Oh! Oh! Damn.
Who dat? You know what I'm talking about. When X Play returns, we're going to play with fire and attempt to answer your emails. That's going to be amazing. Also on the way, a review of PixelJunk Shooter, which isn't really about busting caps as much as it's about lava management. Plus, we're going to stay up all night with the game that's full of big choices, dialogue trees, and sexy time with party members, Dragon Age Origins. Then we'll show you how to kill time before Star Wars The Old Republic comes out by playing some Sith-approved classics. And if you want someone to ruin Christmas, we've got an X Play classic that has just what you need. We'll be right back.
This portion of X-Play was brought to you by the all-new G4TV.com. New, improved, awesome.
Welcome back to the program. If you ever want to look into the abyss and stare death in the face, you don't need to jump out of a plane or fist fight a bear. Although if you do, make sure you take video. All you need to do is check out the X-Play inbox. All right, our first question comes from Benjamin. He wrote in to say how Morgan is an inspiration. Aww. After reading one of her tweets about buying a DS game for Child's Play, he went and did the same thing. He says, and I quote, "Just wanted to say thank you for mentioning the charity on Twitter and inspiring me to help out a kid in need. I could not have done it without you." Morgan Webb, ladies and gentlemen.
Aw, thanks,
Morgan
guys.
Webb. Pretty
I,
cool.
I was on a Twitter guilt trip campaign.
That's a wonderful use for Twitter.
I agree.
I just put "no one loves me."
Yeah.
But I think what you did obviously has actual benefit. For people that don't know, Child's Play is a charity put on by the makers of Penny Arcade, the website.
You may know them. They do sort of those web comics that I'm sure that you guys
everyone.
seen.
And then they have an expo too.
Yes.
But it's to help get games into children's hospitals because obviously a lot of those kids, there's a lot of things you're not going to be able to do obviously when you're recuperating.
Right.
And this is a way to kind of take your mind off of what is not the best situation to be in.
Plus, also, parents probably have spent all their money on medical bills and everything. They don't have a lot of money left over, and so maybe this is the only way you're going to get a chance to play games. So it's really easy. You just go to childsplaycharity.org for info. There you can just pick a hospital. It's going to take you straight to Amazon. There's going to be a big wish list. You can buy one DS game. I bought a few games. You know what I mean? And it sends it directly to the hospital. It's easy. You're done in like 5 seconds.
It's a nice.
And then you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Exactly.
All right, a Midgen Slag wrote in to say, I am a huge fan of Primal Rage, so I'd like to know what did you guys think of it? What do you think the chances are that Atari will ever release the long-lost Primal Rage 2? And what would you two think about a shiny new next-gen game system remake of the original Primal Rage? To clarify, guys, we are talking about Primal Rage here.
I haven't thought of Primal Rage
I first had to
in
be
a
like,
very long time.
Rage. Yeah.
That's
that
the one
game.
where you turn from the dude into the monster.
Yeah.
Like, you can be a dinosaur or a big hairy ape.
Right.
Because obviously it was a Eugene O'Neill reference. It had to have been.
Yeah, it was a random game to be a huge fan of, but I
mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I didn't realize they were supposed to be making it. So I think this is one of those games that also got, kind of like you see with Street Fighter, sometimes like there's versions in the arcades and all over the place. I don't think that the industry or gamers, except for this gentleman here, are crying out.
There has been not a huge demand.
We're not judging you. I like the smell of gasoline. We all have weird things we like. Viewers, thank you so much for all of your questions. Remember, you can send us all of your nonsensical jibber-jabber to xplay@g4tv.com. Now, we cannot guarantee we'll read it or even respond, but you're never going to know if we do or not. Send it back over to Morgan.
All right, one game many of us are looking forward to is BioWare's MMO Star Wars: The Old Republic. The problem is we have no idea when it's going to be out, but in the meantime, why not bone up on some Star Wars classics? At the time of its release, Star Wars Dark Forces was a revelation. The first-person shooter was in its infancy, licensed ones were unheard of, and this may be the hardest part to believe for you youngins. There really wasn't much Star Wars around. No, really, before the special editions in 1997, the Star Wars hype machine was pretty much videotapes and PC games. Dark Forces was a whopping 30 megabyte install, by the way. In 1995, that was practically an entire hard drive. Good thing I had a blistering 8 megs of RAM to handle that beast. Kyle Katarn's adventures trying to stop the Empire's Dark Trooper project was both pleasantly nostalgic and something new, but it was all a prologue to what came next. 1997 Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 revealed that Kyle wasn't just a lucky guy with good aim. He was a Force user whose dad, Morgan Katarn, was actually a badass Jedi, as Morgans tend to be. Kyle learns the way of the Force while tracking down Jarek, the Dark Jedi who killed his father.
Very intriguing.
Jedi Knight probably still holds the crown for best Jedi sim, and the level design is by far the best in the series. Plus, who doesn't love cheesy live-action cutscenes?
The disc you have in your possession will lead you to the ways of the Jedi.
An expansion, Mysteries of the Sith, is one of the few Star Wars games to feature fan-favorite Mara Jade in a major role.
Look, you know where to find me.
Graphical improvements and a darker storyline made it well worth playing. You can pick all of these up for cheap on Steam. Jedi Knight's music does work, which is stupid, but just fire up a movie soundtrack CD and remember what it was like to be a Star Wars fan in the days before the dark times.
Now, if you're looking for a way to be awake all hours of the night with having to resort to ODing on sugar, I definitely recommend Dragon Age Origins. The RPG has a million customization options, lots of replayability, and elf sex. Those three things will keep you up all night. You know what? Sleep is overrated. I mean, you close your eyes and boom, you just wasted about 6 hours of your life like a sucker.
You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
I've got a better idea. Why not get sucked into the world of Dragon Age Origins, a game that's guaranteed to keep you up all night? Actually, you might find yourself losing sleep to this game before you even start playing thanks to the deep character customization system in Dragon Age. How haggard do I want this guy to look? Is the face tattoo ridiculous? Oh, and the beards. Good God, the beards. Call the Sandman and tell him to off. We got beards to try on.
Each night they come with greater numbers.
The fact is, a lot of the why behind Dragon Age keeping you invested long into the wee hours of the night has to do with choices, particularly when it comes to your party. I mean, for God's sake, even messing with who gets equipped with what from your party's inventory can turn into a sleep killer. Sure, I started trying to figure out the whole armor situation at 9 o'clock, but guess what? It's 5 a.m., and I'm no closer to figuring out who's gonna wear the Juggernaut plate armor. Ah! Then there's the battles. Dragon Age Origins allows you to stop each battle in order to tweak, well, everything. From who to attack to how to attack them and from where. The options are so wide open strategy-wise that even the most basic of struggles can blossom into an encounter so long that bards will be singing about its temporal proportions for years to come. And you'll still be fighting. Finally, we all know there's a lot of sex in this game. That said, perhaps you'll choose to while away the twilight hours alone in your room, searching for action of a more, shall we say, libertine variety.
'Tis cold in my tent, all alone.
Whether you're seeking out your standard tryst with a sorceress or perhaps affection of a more gentlemanly sort, our lips are sealed. Sure, we could show you these scenes in their entirety right now, but hey, what would be the fun in that?
I see. That's disappointing.
With its wealth of side quests, loot to gather, and replayability, this one is a beast in the best possible sense. Get comfortable because you're going to be here for a while, maybe even all night long.
Dawn arrives, and we survive the night. We are victorious.
When X-Play returns, we're going to review PixelJunk Shooter for the PlayStation Network. Plus, congratulations, we're going to take you on a trip to Crazy Adams. We'll be right back.
Up All Night is powered by Energizer. Energizer Ultimate Lithium Batteries. Keep going.
Welcome back to X-Play. Christmas is right around the corner, and if you're looking for the perfect gift, I know just the place. It is not the one featured in this video.
Crazy Adams Check Cashing Center and Import Emporium. The elves have been busy, and we're having a holiday extravaganza. But hey, let's meet our special holiday guest, Cliff Ford B. Wheelwright, and she get me a moon too.
Bring the kids to see our Christmas elf wonderland with real snow.
While you're here, check out our wide selection of gift ideas.
Hole Jumper, Sean Black's Rock Skipping, Unicorn Warfare 4, Lump of Coal for the Wii, and Pit Fighter versus characters from the films of Ron Howard. Located near the corner of Edgewater Drive and MLK Boulevard, just past the rusted out school bus. No fatties. Crazy, 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 Adam. Crazy, 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 Adam.
Christmas!
All right, call me crazy, but when miners get stuck underground surrounded by magma, I say, the hell with them. But if you're the noble type, then I suggest you check out PixelJunk Shooter for the PlayStation Network, and here is our review. Why are PS3 exclusive downloadable titles so damn creative? Seriously, if even half the ingenuity of some of these games was put into PlayStation Home, forget it! 360s would simply explode and cease to exist. Case in point, PixelJunk Shooter. From the creative minds at Q Games, this wonderfully innovative title is proof that just because something is simple doesn't mean it can't also be engaging and fresh. It's part Dig Dug, part Choplifter, and thoroughly enjoyable. Yes, shooting enemies and picking up stranded scientists is a large part of this game, but PixelJunk Shooter is, at its core, an experimental liquid physics puzzle game. What's interesting is that while Q Games has gone out of their way to realistically depict the movement of all things flowing in this title, they do so in a highly stylized visual environment. It's a strange but ultimately successful blend of cool pop art graphics and real-world physics. However, while PixelJunk Shooter does a lot of things right, it's not perfect. The boss battles here tend to lean totally on the game's shooter aspects and lack the puzzle elements found in the rest of the title. This leads to encounters that feel less challenging than the rest of the game and thusly defeat their impact as level-ending battles. Also in the con category, multiplayer. It's not horrible, but the fact that both ships are sharing the space at once can make the action feel claustrophobic and awkward. On the whole, this game is a winner in that it satisfies on a number of different levels, even if you're not a fan of the previous PixelJunk titles. If you've got a PS3 and you want to play something fresh and addictive, give it a shot. PixelJunk Shooter gets a 4 out of 5.
Coming up on X-Play, it's our biggest show of the year. Assassin's Creed 2, Borderlands, Infamous, Modern Warfare 2, and Uncharted 2. 5 blockbuster games, and only one can be named Game of the Year. Find out which one wins in our 1-hour Best of 2009 special. There's 19 awards to be handed out, including Best Original Game, Best Online Multiplayer, Best Shooter, and many more. X-Play's Best of 2009 awards kick off tomorrow night at 6. Go to g4tv.com/XPlay specials to see the complete list of categories and nominees.
I'm excited for our big awards show. We get all dressed up, too. Get all dressed up.
Yes. I put on my pants in a more delicate way.
Yes, you do a very nice job of it.
Yes, it only takes about 5-6 steps.
Yeah. Up next, it's Attack of the Show.
Dressing yourself.